Hey, it's Richard Bucknall here. Lots of you might know me as Rich from Planet PE on YouTube. So I deliver lots of content online and here to try and help you to try and help your students get more marks and also understand some of the content in a slightly maybe different or better way. So what we find every single year is that the cardiovascular system, the respiratory system, and basically how they interlink, have a little bit of a block with some of our students. Now, lots of that is around the language that we use, the lexicon, so therefore how that language actually is developed and understood by the student. So veins and arteries are something that for some reason students really seem to flip over and maybe misunderstand. So really easy way to think about that is that arteries all go away from the heart and veins visit the heart, so they return back to the heart. It's a really easy and simple way for students to maybe understand that, and it's something that can really help them going forwards, because once they understand the direction of blood flow, and also they can then start to look at the cardiac cycle, they can then start to use veins and arteries in the correct way. Now within that, it's also understanding maybe the term pulmonary. So the fact that pulmonary is always associated with the lungs is something that's really going to help them. So when you're talking about the cardiovascular system and you're talking about the cardiac cycle, about that pathway of blood around the body, if we're constantly drilling down, pulmonary means lungs. Every time it's pulmonary, what is it? It's lungs. If it's an artery or it's a vein, which direction is it going? Now what that can help them to do straight away is to really form a really vivid picture in their mind about where the blood is going to be going and where it's going back to, or which direction it's travelling. So that's one thing you can really help. One real simple mistake that we found that students make is that they look at the paper in front of them and they get left and right the wrong way around. So we've got to again just try and get them to understand that they're looking at a picture of a heart as if you're using your eyes and you're going towards it. So if they were to put it on themselves and look down, then left is right and right's left as they see it. Obviously when they look at it on the paper, it's flipped round and it's the other way. So again, we've got some real simple mistakes that we find from there, and it's just easy marks. And you know, every year we look at the grade boundaries and those 1, 2, 3 marks that students are missing, particularly when they come out of an exam saying, I've absolutely killed it. It's something that we can do. So to keep a couple of little tips there that might be able to help you. The next thing that they struggle with is how the systems interrelate. So they get that the cardiovascular system is about blood. They kind of generally get that it's about the heart because of the word cardiac, so going back to that idea of lexicon. But where they sometimes struggle is about how we're dealing with the respiratory system that is then intertwining, interrelating to the cardiovascular system. And that's why we've got to really drill down about gaseous exchange. So first of all, you need to teach it in the simplest way. If you asked your year 7s what air do we breathe in and what do we breathe out, they generally say it's oxygen in and carbon dioxide out. Now we know that's not really the case, but that's what we've got to do. We've got to be going down to that simple fact, because essentially, and again in the mark scheme, we're going to get a mark for saying that gaseous exchange is the exchange of gases where oxygen enters and carbon dioxide leaves. It's an easy mark, but it's something that sometimes the students get a little bit too confident. They believe that we should be knowing things at a much higher level, and they forget this simple thing first. So that's something that I'd look at doing. You can then go on to the more difficult aspects about, increased capillarization, about the fact that we've got the alveoli are 1 cell thick and things like that. Great points, but I think what we've really got to focus on are those simple things around language, and for them to understand, not to overcomplicate their answers. To start off with, we can then go through the more difficult parts when we're going into those more difficult questions. But lots of students every year are missing easy marks when they can get it. So hopefully that's a helpful thing for you, and we've got lots more content coming for you. So thank you very much for watching.